All right, we're going to look at 10-1 working papers. Now, we've done this already. We messed up a little bit, but we'll try our best to show you what's going on with it. It says Classic Appliances uses account receivable ledger. This is the subsidiary ledger. What they want us to do is tell us what these items are. So you can see it's already been saved, so it's the best we can do. Now, we had these two wrong, and we'll go over that. But like we showed you in the notes, this is where the vendor name is. This is the vendor number or the account number. This is the customer name, excuse me, when we're in the accounts receivable. The customer account number. This is the date. This would say balance when we start the new customer or when we have a new fiscal period. We would check mark it because check marks mean we don't have to post this. We leave the debit and the credit blank, and then you put the balance, whether it be zero or whatever the balance is that that customer owes us. So when they ask us where balance is, the word balance would go here where D is. The word zero blank, we put G first for whatever reason. You just work left to right. So this is supposed to be F. Okay. The date obviously is C. Venice Cafe is our customer, so that's A. We put the check mark there to say that we're not posting. They have the balance number there, so that's why that's H. The account number is up here in the subsidiary ledger area. And then the blank is G. So that's what they're trying to get at there. The next part is we want to use the current year, journalize these. We're using page 9 of the journal for Classic Appliances. We're using S for our sales invoice. You can see S221. We're using 6% sales tax numbers, and there's no S required when we're putting the sales invoice in here. And the only things that will be in here will be sales invoice when we make a sale on account. So transaction 2, September 2nd, it says sold merchandise on account to Lenny Stanford for $1,600 plus sales tax. All right. So we have to write September 2nd, Lenny Stanford. We put the sales slip number 221. We don't need to put S. And then we put these numbers in. The first one you're going to put in is the 1,600. You will then multiply that, like we showed you in the notes, times 0.06, the sales tax, and you'll come up with $96. You add then the two credits, the sales credit that we increase sales, the sales tax payable credit. We add those two up, and this is the bill, the total amount that Lenny Stanford owes us, $16,966. So that keeps our counting principles intact with the two credits having to equal the debit. September 6th, sold merchandise on account to Washington Schools, $680. Washington Schools is exempt from sales tax. Sometimes they'll tell you that. Sometimes you'll have to just know that. All right, so September 6th, we write down the 6th, Washington City Schools. Remember, when we're writing the account debited is the account receivable. Washington City Schools. It's sales slip 222, so we place that there. And with no sales tax, all we're doing for Washington Schools is recording the sale. 680 goes here. Remember, 1,600 was our sale. So 680 is our sale, and that is the bill we will charge them. There is no sales tax when they say the city or, if it's a church or a charity is exempt from sales tax. So pretty simple one there. You don't have to figure any multiplying by any tax. September 7th, it says we sold merchandise on account to Venice Cafe plus sales tax. So you put the 7, Venice Cafe, 223 is our sales invoice document number. And the number that they give us is our sale. So we put $2,560 in the sales credit. We multiply 2,560 times 0.06 to get 153.60. That's our sales tax. Both those credits added up equal the debit that Venice Cafe now owes us. The account receivable debit for Venice Cafe for this transaction should equal the two credits, $2,713.60. September 15th, Washington City Schools, sales invoice 224. You have a number that is going to be the sale. Now, what do we know about Washington City Schools? Doesn't say anything about sales tax. We know that these schools, charity organizations, religions are not paying sales tax. So what we're going to do, this 1,849 is the sale, and that is also the number that we will charge Washington City School for the merchandise they purchased. Okay? That's the work together.